In this lecture, we are going to discuss an example for worst case in bubble sort. For this, we have to take the input as reversely sorted input. So I have taken this input 40, 30, 20 and 10. This input is reversely sorted and the n is 4 here. Now we'll see how to solve this. So taking the input 40, 30, 20, 10. So what is the first for loop over here? You have to take I equals to 0. Then once we take I equals to 0, we are initializing the flag variable with 0. Now we are just coming inside the for loop for j. So this is my j. I'm taking 0 here, 1, 2, 3. The j loop starts from 0. So it starts from here, 40, right? And what we are checking is j less than n minus 1 minus I. What is n? 4. 4 minus 1, 3. 3 minus 0, it is 3. What is j? 0. 0 less than 3. I'm talking about the first iteration. Is 0 less than 3? Yes. True. If it is true, then it will come inside the for loop and it will check whether a of j is greater than a of j plus 1. True. Is 40 greater than 30? Yes, true. If this condition is true, swapping will happen. I'm comparing what? 40 and 30. It is true. Then we have to perform swapping. So let us swap this 30, 40, 20, 10. Okay. Now set the flag variable to 1. Flag variable to 1. What will happen again? You have to go and you have to make j is what? J as 1. Now j will be here, this place. Yes, j as 1. Just check is j less than n minus 1 minus I. What is j currently? It is 1. Is 1 less than 4 minus n is 4, right? 4 minus 1 is 3. Still my I is 0. Still I am in a 0th iteration of my I. Remember that. We are just working on j loop alone. So is 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay. And it is 3 minus 1 is 0. What it is? It is 3. What is j? It is 1. Is 1 less than 3? Yes, true. If then you have to come inside the for loop. If the condition is true, you have to come inside the for loop and we have to check is a of j is greater than a of j plus 1. A of j is 40 and a of j plus 1 is 20. Is 40 greater than 20? You have to check. Yes. What you have to do? Perform swap. What will happen here? 30, 20, 40, 10. Set the flag variable. What is the next condition? So we started with j equals to 0 and then we move on to j is 1. Now what we have to do? You have to increment the j. Now j's position is what? 2. J's position is 2. Just check is 2 less than what is n? 4. Okay, 4 minus 1 minus I is 0 still. 4 minus 1 is 3. Is 2 less than 3? Yes, true. If this is true, then it should come inside the for loop and it has to perform this if, right? It has to check a of j is greater than a of j plus 1. Is 40 greater than 10? Yes, true. Then it has to perform swapping. Now what will happen? 30, 20, 20, 10 and 40. Yes or no? 30, 20, 10 and 40. Okay. What happens here? Once the swapping is done, you have to make the flag variable as 1. What is the next thing? Now you have to increment the what value? J value. Now j is at which position? What is the current value of j? It starts from 0, 1, 2, 3. So what you have to check? Is j less than n minus 1 minus I? What is n? Is 4 minus 1 minus 0. I is still 0. It is 4 minus is 3 less than 3. No. The condition fails. So it will come out of this for loop and you need not perform swapping also. If you check this condition, see, it reached the last n and you need not perform swapping. That becomes your what? Pass 1. Got it? The output of pass 1 is the input for what? Pass 2. Okay, now let us take 30, 20, 10, 40. Just come out of this for loop. Okay, if flag equals 0, just break it. Now what we are doing here, again we have to go to where I equals to, you have to increment the I equals to 1. This is for pass 2. Now I equals to 1, remember, this is for I equals to 1. Again you have to start from J0, J as 0. Okay, so you have to check J is 0. Okay, 0 less than what is n? 4 minus 1 minus, what is I now? It is 1. 4 minus 1 is 3, 3 minus 1 is 2, 0 less than 2, true. Then it will come inside this for loop and it will perform, it will check whether a of j is greater than a of j plus 1. If it is true, then it will perform swap here. 30 is greater than 20, so it will perform what? Swapping. 20, 30, 10 and 40. Then it will set the flag variable as 1. And what next? Again, now j's position will be this. What will happen? What it will check? It will check whether is 1 less than 4 minus 1 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is what? 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. Yes, it is true. Then it will check whether f j is greater than f j plus 1. If j is greater than f j plus 1, is 30 greater than 10? Yes, it is true. Then it will perform swap. Then do the swapping. 20, 10, 30, 40. Okay, what is the next condition? So since the swapping is done, it should increment the j. Now j's position is here. What is j's position? It is 2, right? 0, 1, 2. 30 is at 2. 2 less than, what you have to check? 4 minus 1 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay. What is happening here is 2 less than 2? No. So this if will not get executed. It will come out of this for loop, this j for loop. Remember that it will come out of this j for loop, and flag is what? 0 here. So what will happen? The swapping, the iteration stops here for j, and this is the output of what? Pass 2. Okay. Now we'll move on to next pass. So here I equals to what? Here I equals to 3. Yes, when I equals to 3, just write the output of pass 2, 20, 10, 30, 40. You should start from j equals to 0. So this is my j. Okay, and what we have to check is j less than n minus 1 minus I. Sorry, j less than n minus 1 minus I. What is j here? It is 0. 0 less than, what you have to check? N is 4. 4 minus 1 minus 3. I is 3, right? We started from I equals to 0, 1, 2. Sorry, I is 2 here. I'm sorry. So I is 2, and we have to check is 0 less than, it's, sorry, 4 minus 1 is 3, 3 minus 2 is 1, 0 less than 1. Yes, it is true. If it is true, then it will go and check the if is a of j is greater than a of j plus 1. True, then it has to perform swap. Then what will happen? 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, now what happens next? Now j is what? J comes here. J is 1. What you have to check? 1 less than 4 minus 1 minus 2. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 minus 2 is what? 1. No, this condition fails. So what will happen? The swapping will not happen, and it will come out of the j for loop. And this is your pass 3. Yes, this is your pass 3. Then what you have to do? You can go on to your I loop. So it starts from, we started from 0 and we made it 1, 2. Now what is I? Currently I is 3. Okay, currently I is what? 3. Okay, then you have to check, is 3 less than n minus 1? Okay, what is n? 4. 4 minus 1 is 3 less than 3? No, false. So this whole for loop will not get executed. So the sorted array, sorted list is 10, 20, 30, 40. And we had this with how many passes? 3 passes, which is n minus 1 passes. Okay, for n we had how many passes? N minus 1 passes. This is for worst case. Remember that this is for what? Worst case. Now let us see the time complexity. See, this for loop, this I for loop, anyways it has to run for n minus 1 times. See, in this example it started with 0, then we had it for 1, we had it for what? I equals to 2, 3, everything. Yes, but here it fails. So how many iterations it made? It made 0, 1, 2, 3. I for loop, how many iterations it made? I for loop it made 0 to what? N minus 1. Not even 0 to n minus 1, I'm sorry. It made 0 to so for I for loop, it started from 0. So for I for loop, it started from 0 and it went, so this is minus 3. Equals to 0. So for I for loop, how many iterations we had for I? For I for loop, how many iterations we had? 3 iterations in this example, right? So it started from 0, then it went to 1, then it went to 2. How many iterations we had? 3 iterations. For J for loop, how many iterations it had? So even J, for every I, how many J should happen? N times J should happen. Okay. For every I, N times J will run. For I, okay, it will run for how many times? N times I will run. And for each I, J will run for how many times? Run for N times. So we have how many I's? N I's. Okay, if this N I's will run for N times for every J, that makes you order of N square. This is for I and this is for J. Okay, that gives you order of N square. All I'm talking here is worst case time complexity. So you have to assume the worst case and put for constraint for this. Thank you for watching this video.